Hi guys, how are you? I hope everything's going well for you today. It's been quite a long trek for me the past few days. Fall always means a lot to me and things changing, and instead of spring cleaning, I kind of get the urge to clean up and get everything in order for winter, so I overdid it and I ended up hurting my back. And I'm not sure if it was because I was changing the sheets on my bed and redoing the bed and fixing things so it would be more comfortable, or if I walked in the wrong shoes. I picked up a pair of hiking shoes for my daughter, and these are those. And they're a little too big for me, but I went walking in them, and I could feel it. The gait was a little awkward. It just, I don't know. Anyway, my back hurts, and it's been, I've been not doing much of anything for the past few days because it was so bad. Feels like something's out of place. It's really quite miserable. I've been, doing a lot of yoga to try and stretch it out, icing and heat, and going back and forth. And it's a little. Every day is a little better, and I have to apologize to you right now because I can tell this video is going to go all over the place because my thoughts are just flying around in circles. So I apologize for that right now. It's fibro fog, and that happens on a regular basis. But I was walking because it's fall, and in the mornings it's nice and cool, and things are not, I can go out at 10 o'clock and it's still not too hot to walk, and that feels really good. I really enjoy that. And fall for me is always kind of a iffy time. The weather starts changing more, the air is changing. It seems drier or dusty or musty. I don't know, I'm not sure what it is, but I get more allergy problems in the fall. My eyes are itching and things like that. And that happens in the fall, but it's also an exciting time for me. Growing up, I grew up in Colorado, and in the fall, the aspen trees would be changing, and the bright golds were just so exciting to see in the hills. The hills are all one color, fading into purples and the more sprucey blue greens, and then all of a sudden there's this bright streak of goldish yellow, and in my youth, yellow was one of my favorite colors, probably because of that, because it was so exciting to see so much color splashed all over the mountains, and it it played against the purples of the mountains in the background. So I grew up in the mountains, and we lived, kind of out in the country. My parents are from a long line of Norwegian farmers, and so their work ethic is, you work hard to make a living, you work hard to support yourself. And they were, it was the 70s, and everybody was back to earth, and kind of, that was their whole way of thinking. And I like that way of thinking. It's really it keeps you grounded. It keeps me not getting involved in too much drama, and not getting too maudling. There's work to be done, do it, get it over with, and then have fun. And so we worked hard with growing up, and we played hard. So I remember every fall we had to go up on the mountain and rake leaves, and make sure that all of our water pipes, because we got fresh spring water from the mountains, we had to make sure all our water pipes were well covered so they wouldn't freeze in the winter. And so we would be up there for most of the days on the weekends, and then we'd be done for the day, and it'd be time to go home, and we'd be just so excited to be going home. Work was done for the day, and we'd be jumping and bounding over the bushes, the sagebrush, and the big clumps of grass, and it was so much fun. And it just felt great to be moving, and being able to get my body to get over those things and see how far I could jump, and challenge my brothers, and it was a lot of fun. Now it's so it's so much different because it's hurt so much to move. I had pain back then, but it was mostly when I was getting ready for bed. My knees would hurt. And, so I didn't, during the day, it didn't bother me much. I was a kid. I wanted to play, and I did. Um, so, yeah, I had fun. I had so much fun in the mountains and learning with my brothers, and yeah, I miss it. I do miss it. I miss being in Colorado. I miss my family. But California is so much nicer for me because of we don't have the cold winters. And I didn't like having to drive in the snow, especially. So the big thing about hurting my back was I realized that I'm not wearing proper shoes. I'm, trying to make do with shoes that I've gotten here and there and everywhere. So, these shoes that I got for my daughter were from Goodwill. They're not her style, but I wanted to have a good pair of shoes in case, for when we go camping and hiking and stuff. And she won't wear them. That's why I was wearing them. These are the cutest boots I've ever owned. They're Skechers. And they were really comfortable, except Skechers did this heel thing that makes you rock back and forth, and it's supposed to strengthen your calves and sculpt your calves, and it makes my gait very awkward, and that's true with the hiking boots too. They just make my, I probably have a awkward gait to begin with, and they're correcting my gait, but for me it's awkward, and it kind of throws things off, out of place and out of whack. And I got another pair of Skechers. I got these about a year ago. They're really lightweight and they, fit really well. But because of the elastic, as I wear them, they get tight. They get tighter and tighter, and that gets uncomfortable. And yeah, they just don't feel like they're supporting my feet enough and supporting my knees and legs enough when I'm walking. So my ankles and feet get really sore when I'm wearing them. And when I was still working, I got these shoes. They're a really nice pair of Merrells, and they worked really well for work. They, have good platform. They're really dirty because I've worn them walking and stuff, and they work really well. Except they're kind of heavy, and they're kind of restricting. They bite my ankles a little bit. So that's those. And then these shoes I picked up just for 4th of July, but they're comfortable, but they don't have any arch support, so I can't really wear them for walking, but they're comfortable just to wear around, but they're heavy too. They're rubber soles. And so, I don't have a very good pair of shoes. My favorite pair of shoes are these boots, and they're the ugliest things, but they're comfortable. They're wide enough for my feet because I have wide feet, but again, they don't have good arch support. So it's not really good for me to walk in them, but I do get away with it. They feel best on my feet. And of course, in the summer and the fall, spring, when it's warmer, I can't wear them because they're just too hot. So that's my shoes. So today I think I'm going to go out shoe shopping again and see what I can find. If I can find anything. Shoes matter when you have hip and back and knee issues. They can cause you a lot of pain. So having a good pair of shoes that really work well for you is important. And I haven't found those yet. I don't want to go spend $200 or $300 on a pair of shoes that are gonna not work out for me. And so I'm hesitant to, go to a shoe store and say, hey, fit me with shoes, because, once you wear a pair of shoes, it doesn't feel right to take them back because you've worn them and sweated them, and yeah. So I'll go out shoe shopping again, see what I can find. If you have any suggestions for kind of shoes that really work well for you, I would love to hear that. It's great talking to you. I'm trying to be more consistent with coming on. I don't have a lot to say. A lot of times I don't want to engage with anybody, and but it's really important to to be a presence on the internet that people understand that fibromyalgia and people with fibromyalgia are not lazy slobs. We're not trying to get attention. We're just trying to live our lives in pain and do the best we can. And I want to get that viewpoint out there. So thanks for listening today. It's been great to talk to you again. Toodles.